So today I want to talk about life mastery, and that change starts with yourself. So many people are looking for outside things to help them feel better on the inside. Those feelings of fear, insecurity, inadequacy, loneliness, or whatever your problem of the day is. And then they blame, complain, and accuse others for their own emptiness and unhappiness. I want to tell you something. I am responsible for my own circumstances and my own happiness. Nobody else. It's so important to take responsibility for your own happiness. If you're waiting for other people to make you happy, you're going to continue to be disappointed. For so many people, their outsides don't match their insides. In order for change to happen, it needs to come from within. You need to learn how to love yourself, and then your whole world can open up beyond your wildest dreams. Hi, I'm Dennis Berry, best-selling author and life coach for addiction recovery, and I've been helping people recover from alcoholism and addiction and get real with themselves for over 15 years. So maybe some of this stuff will resonate with you, but change has to start with yourself. If you're struggling with addictions of any kind, or you're just stuck in life, you're most likely going to continue to suffer until you make positive changes in your life. So here are 3 tips and tricks to get you started that I put together for you today. Number 1, stop judging yourself and others. Our judgments shape the quality of our lives. When you judge others, you're not defining them, you're defining yourself as somebody who needs to judge others in order to feel good about yourself. It's called character assassination, and it'll keep you sick. The idea is that if you judge or belittle others, that you feel superior to them, which gives you that boost of confidence, but it's false confidence. If you judge your family members or siblings, those judgments and attitudes come out negatively, and they can cause strained relationships for years or even decades. When you're judging yourself negatively, you're defining who you are and your limitations. And those judgments and limitations can keep your life limited and suppressed. It'll keep you stagnant for years. If you want to feel better about yourself and society, you need to really become aware of your habit of judging yourself and others. What happens when you don't take steps to control these limiting beliefs or negative behaviors? In most cases, some sort of outside addiction takes form, right? Drinking, drugs, smoking, eating, sex. We start using these outside things to help us feel better on the inside. It might work for a short time, but eventually it overtakes our lives and we become dependent on these things and don't learn how to positively cope with our emotions. Then it affects our whole lives, our relationship, our work, our health, everything. I mean, I know from firsthand experience, having been sober since April of 2003, that your outsides do not fix your insides. Tip number 2 is emotional regulation. This is huge, and it requires a little outside help in most cases. I need to learn how to act rather than react. The reactions I used to have were what got me sick and got me in trouble. So remember, nothing changes if nothing changes. In order for any change to happen in your life, it's so important to first identify a problem and then make a conscious effort to systematically make the necessary changes. Now, this requires a willingness to change, which is, of course, is a big step. I talk about this in detail in my book, Funky Wisdom, A Practical Guide to Life. First, there's the how approach. First, it's honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness, HOW. How do I become successful? How do I become healthy? How do I have great relationships? Honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness. First, I have to be honest and say, okay, there's a problem where something's not going right. Next, I need to be open to seeing a new way of doing things. And next, I need to be willing to do those things to make the changes in my life. So I have a client I'm working with who has a huge problem with communicating with his spouse. He shuts down when the conversation doesn't go his way. And then he stops paying attention and he can't intelligently contribute to the conversation anymore. And it's been happening for decades. So this is great. So first of all, he was honest and he said, okay, here's the problem. I can't communicate well and it's causing a strain in our relationship. Next, he's open to listening to a new way to approach the situation. And this is called emotional regulation. And now he's willing to implement new positive steps to get to where he can communicate better with his spouse. So I have him purposefully putting himself in these positions where he would normally be uncomfortable in the conversation or whatever might be triggering him to get him off of the conversation. So now when it comes up where he would normally shut down, now he's actively and intentively listening to what she's saying. And he even smiles and laughs a little bit to engage in the conversation. See, you can change your whole personality. All it takes is a little effort and usually outside help from a coach or a counselor of sorts. But now he's having meaningful conversations. Any personality changes can happen. Don't let people tell you that you can't change your personality. It just requires a little effort and the right direction. So number 3, and this is the big one, letting go of resentments. Remember, there are no justified resentments ever. Resentments are the #1 offender of suffering on any level. Buddha said 2,500 years ago, our attachments are the cause of all of our suffering. So our attachments to the way people are supposed to behave, how much money I'm supposed to have, what I'm supposed to look like, what my spouse is supposed to look like, and all these things, what these politicians are supposed to do. So when those things don't go the right way, I get resentful, I get angry, and it makes me sick, right? There are no justified resentments ever. The most powerful tool for emotional sobriety and happiness is forgiveness. So this comes out of the Bible. And I'm not even a Christian, but if somebody harms you, you just turn the other cheek. These are ancient principles. Let the other people be right. Simply let it roll off your back. Resentment is like drinking poison and waiting for the other person to die. The longer you hang on to it, the sicker you get. And in most cases, the other person involved doesn't even know they did something wrong to you. So by holding on to resentment, you are basically saying that in order for me to be happy, you need to change. And that is unlikely to happen. So in order for me to be happy, I need to fully forgive the other person involved. And then I'm simply free to be happy and go have a good day. Now, it's easier said than done. It's one of the hardest things to do, but it's so powerful. It's so powerful. Let the other person be right, no matter what. If somebody wrongs you or upsets you or insists that they are absolutely right about something, anything, simply say, yes, you're right about that, and then just walk away or carry on with the conversation. You don't need to be right. You want to be happy. Your goal is to be peaceful and happy and have a great day. So again, this is easier said than done, but you want to work on your emotional intelligence and your maturity, and you will be happier than most people you encounter. So if you're having difficulty mastering any of these changes in your life, give me a call. I have systems and processes to help you navigate these roadblocks and master your life, to become happy, healthy, successful, and achieve that inner peace everybody is always so desperately looking for. I've been able to help so many people get there, and I'd love to talk to you further about that. And if you or somebody you know is struggling with alcoholism or addiction of any sort, food, smoking, gambling, anyway, let's have a chat. We'll just talk for a little while and see if you don't feel better. And while we're all dealing with the turbulent world we're living in right now, I'm offering a free session in addition to our free consultation. And let's kickstart the changes you need to crush your goals and change your life. I'm sending you all love and good vibes. Have a great day today.